Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's Fairfax Friday. Today is Friday, September 11th, 2020. As always, I'm going to try to filter the information of the week down to its most important points. Mark is going to offer you some perspective, and Lisa, unfortunately, is out this week visiting family in Texas. So this week, I wanted to just touch on what the market has done this past several days. And you see the headline that market volatility teaches new investors that stocks go down too. Really we've seen since the bottom of this, the bottom of the market in late March, we've had a pretty meteoric rise straight from the bottom, and particularly with tech stocks, because they really were insulated from the pandemic and had done incredibly well. And we see them give back almost 10% of their gains coming up in just the last few days. Knowing, look, that's just part of the deal you get. It's how you make enough money or how you earn money on your money over time is by dealing with this short-term volatility, and you'll never have the reward without accepting the risk. And it's just the nature of the beast. And if you're a new investor and you just put money in the market, just realize, look, this is 100% normal and to be expected. And those who ultimately achieve the greatest returns are the ones that have the stomach to accept this kind of risk. And that return over time, if you have a decent pile of money, can add up really substantially. Earning that extra 1, 2, 3% over time is, can be really an enormous dollar figure at the end of the day. So you just got to stick with it. Times like this are completely normal and within the realm of normal. Mark?
That's great perspective there, and good news information as well. And today we'll talk about Tony Romo, actually, former quarterback, and a little bit about his backstory is, he grew up an athlete from a blue collar family. His leading sport when he was really young was actually basketball, but as we most of us might know now, he went pro in football, and he played at a little Division II school. He went undrafted in the NFL, but eventually called on as a backup quarterback and just kind of worked his way and bided his time until he became the starting quarterback of one of the most notorious teams in all those sports, which is the Cowboys, and ultimately became the all-time leader in passing yards and set some other records as well. And so Tony Romo, hands down, had a very successful career, including financially, where he earned almost $130 million over his playing career on Sundays. But now Tony Romo, with his football days behind him, has a new career, and that is actually in the broadcast booth. And it was something that he started a couple of years ago. And with his charismatic personality, with his knowledge of the game, and with his general ability to relate to people and to make the game fun for the viewers, his success in the broadcast booth has just taken off. So much so that he just signed a huge contract recently with CBS to the tune of nearly $180 million. And this is really fascinating because he is now paid more than 97% of active NFL football players. That's how big of an impact he's had on the game. And so I wanted to share this with you because it's a great lesson, particularly in a year like 2020, when everybody is really reevaluating things, and certainly there's been change and shakeup in a lot of different ways, whether personally, professionally, financially. The takeaway being, take a chance on yourself. Maybe now is the right time if you've been thinking about working on a side hustle or starting a new business or changing a career or a job that you weren't happy with. Really believe in yourself and your abilities, and really anything is possible regardless of how much success you may have had in the past. So I think Tony Romo is a really neat case study on that. And then we also want to recognize today as September 11th, and in remembrance of that, of our great country, and certainly of all of the lives that were lost and the heroes that have been a part of 9/11 on that day and every day since then.